Well, we have a lot to talk about.
Well, I'll be.
Okay, so if you're new to the show, Michael is a professional music producer, and he's also an award-winning songwriter. And I take lessons from Micah, and we talk a lot about music theory. So I'm going to attempt some music theory.
Oh man, I'm so
talk here.
ready.
This might be the first time I've tried this in our 3 years on this. Listen, I am pleasantly surprised by Beyonce's entry into country music. I've never been a Beyonce fan. I have nothing against her. Her pop music has not appealed to me for the most part. I love Texas Hold'em. I like this song a great deal. I have some issues with it, but on the whole, I thought it was a really beautiful song, and it caught me off guard again, which really makes me happy. Her vocals are awesome. I felt like they took 3 different songs and 3 different arrangements and sort of smashed them together. The repetitive percussive that I couldn't quite identify, I found distracting, and then the sort of breakdown that they randomly put in with that sort of scatting, almost rapping, didn't seem to fit the formula of the song. I wish she would have taken this simple song and made it more simple, and so I could hear her vocals front and center a little bit. Overall, I like it. I love the guitar and the violin at the end. I think it was a really beautifully done song. I wish they would have simplified it too much. I feel like I don't know, just the percussiveness didn't seem to fit within the typical structure of a song, and I found myself fixated on that rather than the overall song. But I on the whole, I'm really enjoying the countryside of Beyonce. I can't wait to hear the rest of the song.
Yeah.
And I mean, just God, I'm surprised by how excited I am that she's doing country music.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you be? It's everything you've asked for all your. You're like Taylor Swift. Why can't you like do a singer-songwriter thing? Beyonce.
Right.
Why can't you do country? Hey, why can't we get some more electric guitars and rock? Darren, this is everything you've ever wanted as a baby boy.
I like it. I like that it's stripped down. I wish it was stripped down more. Anyway, so I'll shut up. You say something.
No, it sounds fantastic. I think a lot of that was really on. She really did combine 3 worlds, which I love it. This is obviously an art piece.
Yeah.
Like, this is not built to be radio friendly or be on the radio.
And I respect that.
It's a A to B, I like to call them. It's like a, take off and then you have this little exit out. It's not like a verse, chorus,
That's
or
what I meant.
chorus,
There's a lot
verse,
of
chorus,
push-pull to
verse.
this song, right? Or no?
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. No, this really, that drum beat is really on the one, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's really just keeps it steady. I think it would have a lot of power live because she'd probably have everyone on the stage just crack. And they probably stomping and clapping at the same time.
Yeah.
Tambourines. They got multiple tones. There's definitely a stomp happening mixed in with the clap. It's fun. Like, she's building that
and
to
she
be
does,
like.
if you let's go back from her country song from 5 or 6 years ago, Daddy Lessons.
Yeah.
You watch it live. That's exactly what she does.
This
she brings
feels
up all
like
the dancers.
that's right.
Steps on the one.
This feels like a show opener. Just like a big, like, kind of lights flashing, it goes back to dark. Just her lights flashing goes back to dark, and it cues up the next song. So I thought this was I loved actually a million things about this.
Cool.
I love that I love the classic sounds, and
Me too.
it sounds like she has a resonator or a slide guitar. I don't think it was a violin, but resonator or a slide guitar. Could have been a dobro, but it sounded more just like a resonator played as a slide guitar at the very end, in and out on the right, panned in the right ear, given I had my headphones on.
This is, by the way, this is what our show gives you that other shows don't give you.
And then I really loved the electric riffs, and then they had some really wonderful synth sounds in there. I'd have to hit up my synth guys. I don't focus on that, but just a really wonderful synth sound, probably a Juno or something in there. And then the B3, I love the organ, which is also pretty classic, but it's also a little more Allman Brothers-y. It can be, it can go between.
That's what I mean.
Like,
that's a lot of stuff going on in this
song. It was
song.
a massively wide song with a big spread, and then like I did find the runs, her vocal runs, to be like over the top, and I appreciated it.
Christina Aguilera.
It was so much, but it was like I was also like, I get it. You're just doing an art piece and you're just showing off and having fun, and it felt like that. So I think she's teeing up so many. Anytime I see artists these days releasing these kind of teaser songs, to me they're prepping the oven and they're just laying out like the different things that can arrive, and I really enjoy that. So I think she's got some really cool stuff on the horizon, and I really really love, cross genres and mixing things together. And she's doing really well. She
too.
like you said, I think she had 3 different, like, she had real like country sounds, some heavy rock guitars, and then some real synth style stuff. And then she mixed in some B3s and some resonators and slide guitars in the back. It was cool, man. I think it's really fun. I cannot wait to see what else she's going to do.
Well, yes, and yes, and thank you for that, Micah. I feel like she and her people, are a bit of a kid in the candy store. It's like, let's show all that we can do and you can do in one song.
That was it.
And, Beyonce, let me give you advice because you need it from me. Give yourself patience and time to roll out, and maybe this is your one shot, and so you have to do it all in one album, one song. I get it. But give yourself some patience and time to show off your vocal talents across the multiple songs. I know I'm not going to get it, but I hope that she puts some together mini tour to where all of her songs are going to be country.
Everybody that likes Beyonce is going to like this music as well. They're going to be massive. These shows are going to be enormous. It ain't happening. I like the dream, though. I will say, opposite of that,
I would love for her to come out and do 25 songs and it's all country.
Opposite of that,
probably not going to happen.
I actually agree with this over the top everything with it. That's all the song is. It's meant to feel over the top and feel intense. And I'll tell you, and a lot of you probably have already commented, so maybe this will change your comment. This was impossible to digest on one pass. Yeah.
You don't listen to the words.
So I could not, I got into the words, and then you were asking about the beat, then I got lost in, no. Then I got lost in the beat, then I got lost in the synths, so like, this is a 10 pass. I'd need 10 passes. I'd need 2 or 3 passes with the words while reading them. I'd need 2 or 3 passes with the instruments. So I just want people to know that, like, there's so much. You're right. If you think there's more depth to this and we didn't get it all, you're right. Like, there is a lot to this song, and I love that, and I think it's really exciting.
Well,
to me, it's like having a dessert that is just too much,
right?
And I enjoyed it. Like, it's like I'm not gonna eat it a bunch, and I don't want it all the time, but I loved that moment. I'll never forget that moment. I thought that was
really
fun.
hope that this inspires. I mean, this has been going on a long time, but I hope it inspires more a new wave. I hope Morgan Wallen does a rock album. I hope Britney Spears does a country album, and not cheesy stuff, like real effort into it.
I don't care if it's cheesy because I don't have to like it. Just do it.
Well, that's true. But I mean, I do it for something other than checkbook. That's all I'm saying.
It feels I'll tell you, if anything about what you just said, this feels so authentic.
That's what I like about it.
What Beyonce is doing, this feels very real to her.
Yep.
And it feels like she's taken opinions and advice and for like, because she seems like she works with people and then did whatever she wanted. And I love that. It feels so real. It feels so authentic.
She just won an award for a song that there's 25 songwriting credits on it. 25. Now, part of it is because they sampled a bunch of other songs, but whatever.
Yeah.
She works with people, but putting all that aside.
But if anybody can PSA to the kids, just remember, you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah. I mean, Keith Urban should be making a rock album, And
I'd love to see Keith on a rock album.
So should Chris Stapleton. And
Chris should be making a rock album.
And let John Mayer do a straight blues album, not blues pop fusion. Make him get together with him and Derek Trucks and make a straight blues album. Just I hope this.
I want to see John Mayer on a jam band style album.
Yeah,
because he does Grateful Dead.
Play with Fish. Who cares?
I'm sure there's a bunch of live.
But anyway, I hope this inspires other artists to take these risks and do it from. If you do it from a place of authenticity, then awesome.
And think about how many young girls that look up to Beyonce and are cross-cultural or live in areas where they feel different, but they love country music, but they feel like they're not akin to it. You could take
I
any.
Even considered all
yeah,
that.
pick any. Honestly, it's something that, like, we've talked about before, but like, my past and how I was raised, but I'm kind of a country boy, locked inside of a hippie shell that has an Eastern, that has a Hindu raising background,
right?
Which I don't know if we've talked about this on the damn music show. So I've always felt like Austin Powers. Like, how did I get in this nutshell? How do I get? Right. So these type of things inspire somebody like me that feels like I want to bring tabla into my bluegrass.
Right.
I want to bring harmoniums into bluegrass because they're cool and I love the cross genre. So think about how many young girls and kids and boys and everybody. She's inspiring with this to show, hey, do the things you want. So okay, until next time, later.